Okay, so today is kind of a different type of video, and I just kind of want to showcase off the new July update for Animators Hell, because I'm really interested with how this game's going to turn out and all, and I just kind of want to put my thoughts in everything, so yeah.
2020 update. Before I begin, you will notice a lack of videos that are present on the channel, including most of the OST and the June update. The removal of both has their own individual reasons, which I will go over right now.
Okay, so I'm just going to explain this before he does, so they had to take down most of their OST since there's copyright stuff, and they are currently working on putting up new stuff, I believe, so yeah.
The June update, while it did show off a lot of the new content we were bringing to the table, also conveyed some information that is no longer on our agenda for the game's development, and due to us not wanting to misinform the community behind the game, we have chosen to remove it. Most of the accurate information that was present in that video will be covered in this video again. The OST for the game was removed due to a lack of integrity on the part of the composer. We were led to believe that the soundtrack was made completely from scratch, but after finding out that it had been completely stolen from other sources on the internet,
So yeah, this is
we
kind
have
of what
made
I
the
was saying.
decision to remove that as well and immediately cut ties with the original composer. On the other hand, we have an extremely talented group of individuals working on the new soundtrack for the game, so the issue has already been resolved.
Okay, so another side note, and this is something that I'm really honored of and can't say thank you enough to Hunter for this, but the background is my gameplay if you haven't noticed, and I don't know why, it's just really special to me for it to be mine, and I'm super honored, and thank you again for that opportunity. So back to the update.
Now, on to the actual update.
Look the music.
If you have been keeping up with the occasional updates, you will have noticed a few of the teasers have some of the old models in them. This is due to the team wanting to give them a new coat of paint. 10 out of the 16 original models are being modified to fit the current standard that the game is holding within.
Okay, I'm just gonna pause at each model here so you can take a look at it. So the Brady change, I like it. I like all the changes so far, and they said that only 6 of them are not being remodeled. So yeah, this is Brady. I like it.
In our community, whether they be minor edits to their design having a complete remake over.
So this one's Death Horse, and you can see his endoskeleton's a lot more wiry, and it's a lot more. Frick, what's the word? There's just stuff scattered in there. I can't find the word because I'm dumb. And you can also see how like his head is kind of more cracked since his mechanic involves him veining the window. I think it's a nice little detail there. I really like it.
Scratch. Here, you can see some of the side-by-side comparisons between the old models and the new ones.
And this one, it's one of the biggest differences maybe, but like, I really like it to be honest. I mean, like, I definitely rather be jump scared by this than this, because, I mean, this is actually kind of freaky in a way, and I like it.
There is a chance that we will be updating more of them, but we are currently unsure of this as we are always updating the visuals within the game. Next, while we have massively updated the models for the characters, we are also updating the actual map itself. So far, we have updates for the office, metalworks room.
Okay, so I'm gonna pause it each 2 rooms here. So here's the original office, which I like, but the new one I really love it. I love all the new versions. I think it's just really polished and nice. Then the metalworks where Pangle is, I think it's really nice. And in the last update video, they had Pangle there, and everything just looks super solid still. I love it.
Boiler room, and the computer room. We are doing this to not only improve the visuals, but make the entire map more consistent throughout. As of right now, these are the only areas we have improved, but we will be working more towards finishing up most of the...
Ah, frick. 2. So, here's the new boiler room, which it's a lot more smooth, polished. And, like, the old one's kind of, like, grainy in a way. Probably because of camera static, but oh well. But, like, I just think the new one's nice. Same with computer room. It's just a lot more polished. And I just love everything, really. It's nice.
More towards finishing up most of the main area. Finally, on the topic of improvements, the last thing we have begun implementing is the visual indicator system that we talked about briefly in the June update.
Alright, so, kind of intimidating with how much the roster there kind of grew from last time. But, yeah, I think it looks nice, and I'll talk about this as they show it.
When you hover over a character, One or two little warning signs will show up in this area, giving you a basic idea of what the character's mechanic will be. This way, players will have the option between a brief explanation through images, or a more detailed and in-depth explanation through wording. For example, if you hover over Pangle, you will see a warning sign with a clock, indicating that you have to check on his clock.
So, okay, so like this is kind of a visual learning style, which I really like. I think it's cool implementation. So like instead of having to read the description for everyone, you can just kind of look at it and get an idea for what you have to do, and I like it.
Along with a camera sign to indicate that you have to check his camera. If you hover over Ender, you'll get a flashlight to indicate the need to use your flashlight to send him back, and a heat sign to indicate that he is affected by heat. The bigger sign tends to be the more important mechanic. Moving on to actual gameplay, we have started working on a lot of things to include in the second demo. The first of which is an entirely new area to the sandbox building,
Oh
the
boy.
basement. The basement will be home to most of the new demo.
Okay, I just want to pause here to get a look at it. It's hard to look at what has to be there for now.
Two characters that will become a problem throughout the sandbox mode, and will have 12
Nice.
new cameras that you need to watch to stop the newer characters from getting to you.
12?
In addition, there will be an entirely new mechanic that will become crucial to your survival, that being the external power. The external power will become essential to...
Okay, I'm just gonna pause here. So this is our new basement layout, which a lot more cameras, kind of scared about it, but at the same time I'm excited about it as well, because it just adds a whole new section to the game, and I love it. And a whole new mechanic as they're about to explain here, so I'll let you listen.
your survival, as it powers the generator, the doors that block the stairs and the elevator, and the lights in the basement. However, using this comes at a cost of either your power or the heating throughout the building, so you need to use it sparingly. Next, some of the original characters will be giving new mechanics to make the game more balanced and give the players new opportunity to find strategies within the game in order to win. For example, in the shadows we'll have a massive changed path of attack.
Yep.
In Demo 1, he would go from camera 1 to camera 7 to camera 8B, and then split off to either cam 8A or 4 before attacking. In Demo 2, he would go from camera 1 to camera 7, and then split off to either camera 6A to cam 8A, or cam 9 to cam 4.
Okay. So, this is probably gonna screw up a lot of people with their strategies, but I'm honestly really happy that they did this, because it honestly did feel really cheap just being able to stall them at this camera here. And I kind of like the extra challenge with these new routes here. I like it. I'm happy about it. And it'll really have to make you think about when to use your camera beacon to help save your power.
This way, we can remove the ability to cheese both BW1 and shadows in the same spot, and get some more use out of both the bathroom camera and the computer room. Finally, it was teased at the very start of Demo 2's development that there would be a challenge mode implemented that strayed away from the typical sandbox style and put you in a new scenario for each one. While we don't want to give away the details of them too much, we are currently able to show you this from one of them.
Okay, so before he talks about this, I just want to say I really like the idea of this, because as you can see here, it's kind of like a puzzle game, and I do like doing puzzles. Fun fact, I can solve a Rubik's Cube, and I don't know, I just find puzzles fun to do. And like, this kind of combines puzzles and FNAF. I think it'll be really fun to do, and I'm excited for it.
As a basic TLDR of this challenge, you will have to do a series of puzzles on this side while fighting up against animatronics coming through the vents on the right. The hard mode of this challenge will give you a much faster animatronics, which will test your speed of the puzzle solving skills. Finally, we come to the biggest inclusion of the Animators Hell project yet, the minigames.
Oh yeah.
On top of both the sandbox mode and the challenge mode, we have now included another new mode that will give the player even more to chew on. This little arcade will include 10 different minigames to choose from. Each...
Okay, so this one was teased, so that's why it's shown here. This one, I mean, you can kind of see it, but not really. It's very pixelated. But this is really interesting, and I like it, because it strays away just from FNAF, and it makes it its own unique game as well. I mean, kind of unique, because they're doing Plants vs. Zombies style, which they'll talk about later here. But, like, I like it. It makes it original, and I'm excited to do this.
with its own unique challenge and experience. These minigames will not be available to you at first, and you will either need to beat the sandbox mode a numerous amount of times or complete each of the challenges in order to earn in-game currency to purchase from the shop.
Okay. I also like how you have to unlock it instead of just having it all, because there's always something nice about that feeling of just accomplishment. Like, yeah, I unlocked this. I think it's nice.
We have started development on the first of these minigames, and the only one that will appear in Demo 2. Have a look.
Oh wait, I don't remember them saying this will be in Demo 2. I did not hear that the first time. I'm stupid. But yeah, this is like the Plants vs. Zombies type thing, and I think it'll be fun to mess around on, to be honest. So yeah. Stupid
As
bread.
you can see, we have decided that the first of these is a Plants vs. Zombies styled minigame featuring several of the animators that appear within the game and in the FNAF animation community. We teased this a little bit in the Animators Hell public server.
So I'm gonna pause here if you want to look at the enemies here. And I think it's interesting. I like where this is headed, and I think it's just a really cool concept. Back to you, video.
But we are now choosing to show off more of it than we did before so the entire public knows about it. This has eaten up most of our development time throughout the past month, so that's where most of the progress has been made. Now that the update portion is concluded, I would like to remind you all where you can keep updated with the game. Firstly, as mentioned before, there is a community server that is constantly growing in size and is
If you haven't already, if you like Animators Hell, I recommend joining the Discord. It's a lot of fun. And yeah.
extremely active. This is where most of the devs are active, so you are more than welcome to join and interact with the community behind the game. Secondly, we do have some secondary socials that you can follow, such as the Animators Hell Twitter account and the Animators Hell Reddit. While those aren't as active as the Discord server, there's a lot of cool art and facts that get regularly posted to each of them. So if you're wanting an Animators Hell experience that isn't as hands-on as the Discord server, these are for you. Finally, if you are interested in the development of the game, please consider subscribing to this channel or following us on GameJolt. We are working very hard to present you all with the best game possible and appreciate all the support on the game, especially as of late. With that being said, thank you for watching, and we will see you all next time.
Okay. So, if you haven't checked out this game already, I say give it a try. If you don't like it, then you don't like it. But it's a really amazing game. I think you'll love it. And it's just, I don't know. I really like it. So I'm just going to rewind and go through all the main points. So, of course, we have our model changes, which I like them all. And then, camera rework, which I also like. It looks polished. And then here, first up, I like the red. I like how it stands out and kind of gives it that hellish feel. And this warning symbol thing, I think it's a great addition. So it's like strays away from having to read everything, and you can just kind of look at it and like, okay, so something to do with that, and I can figure it out from there. So yeah, have our basement, which more cameras. It'll be scary, but it'll be fun. And external power, which I'm interested to see how that will turn out. And we have our In the Shadows route changed, which I'm happy about. Makes it feel less cheap with this camera stall. And I think it'll be fun to have to work around that now. We have our puzzle and FNAF combined. I think that'll be a lot of fun to mess around on. And we have our mini games, which I'm excited to see how they'll all turn out. So overall, this update looks really good. I love everything. And I'm just really excited to see the future of this game. And again, a huge thank you to Hunter for including my gameplay, because it is a small thing, but I mean, I feel really honored about it, to be honest. So that's all for today, and I'll see you all next video. Peace.